Previously on Spider-Man.
The astronauts are bringing with them Prometheum X.
Help me! Ryder, did you get the Prometheum X?
Yeah!
Bring it to me.
Where did you come from?
Could it have come from the shuttle?
Spider-Man robbed the shuttle.
I'm offering $1 million.
For once in my life, I'm worth something and I can't collect. No! I don't know how I got here, and I'm in a costume I've never seen before. Nothing on Earth could do what this does. I've developed a lot more than a backbone.
Parker! You scare me.
I am different.
Go!
What's happening to me?
It's a symbiote, an organism that thrives by bonding with another. You've got to get that suit off!
I can't. There's some things I have to take care of first.
I am invincible!
Say goodbye to your friendly superhero. This Spider-Man plays for keeps. What have I done? What's this costume doing? I gotta get it off. Was Connor's right? Stay away from me! I'm not like you. It's over.
Spider-Man, enjoy your fame while it lasts.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Amazing news. They're going to be making a Venom movie. It's going to be hardcore, as in R-rated hardcore, so I'll explain what's going on. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get everything. I do Marvel videos every week. I'm even doing a Spider-Man action figure giveaway going on right now. How appropriate. The reason everyone is freaking out is because there is now a Venom movie from Sony that is confirmed for October 5th, 2018. Originally, what happened is the Aquaman movie was going to come out then, so Sony swapped their date in December with Aquaman for this. Sony also has the animated Spider-Man Miles Morales movie coming out in December against Aquaman. So there's a whole bunch of Spider-Man happening at the end of 2018. So as of right now, they haven't said how this is connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Spider-Man, because the idea is that it's sort of like their rated R Deadpool movie. So think of what a rated R Spider-Man movie might look like. So that kind of makes it harder to cross over with Tom Holland. So while you have to include Spider-Man somehow, I'm not expecting him to outright just like pop up in the Marvel Universe and start slaying a bunch of people, because I think the real advantage here that Sony has is that it could do the Deadpool thing where it's connected to all the other Spider-Man movies, but they can do it in a roundabout way so that they're not completely shackled to the tone of the Spider-Man film. So Tom Holland is going to be an amazing Spider-Man. I'm so excited about Spider-Man Homecoming. But the thing is, that's more of a high school movie about growing up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like Peter Parker's just trying to be a normal kid while all this crazy Avengers stuff is going on. It's a lot more like a Disney movie, and Disney is committed to not doing rated R movies. So Sony, who just has a sharing arrangement, can do all the rated R Spider-Man they want, just as long as it doesn't trample on their main Spider-Man franchise. So you have to imagine that the Spider-Man group of characters is just like a billion-dollar cash cow, but that doesn't mean that they all have to be the exact same type of movie. It's the same thing with X-Men. They hit a home run with a rated R Logan, rated R Deadpool, rated R X-Forces coming down the road. That's like a rated R version of an X-Men film. So why wouldn't Sony try to do the same thing with characters that are rated R by their very nature? Venom is a very hard R character, and that is where you put your carnage, because the great thing about Venom is that you can make him an anti-hero, even the Eddie Brock version of the character. You might be familiar with a couple different versions, I'll explain them in a second, but anytime Spider-Man's around, Venom's the bad guy. How do you make him the good guy? You bring in somebody even crazier, batshit crazy, and that is Carnage. So they haven't said what the story is going to be, but they have writers that are working on it, so the date could get pushed. It just depends on how soon they find their actors, they get into production, but this just confirms that they're doing something. So let me know what you guys think of that. You have to be going crazy. So the really cool fan theory that's out there right now is that Sony's Life movie, which stars Deadpool himself, is secretly a Venom prequel because they find an alien organism in outer space on Mars, bring it back to Earth, and it's very much like the Venom symbiote. While I don't think the theory is true, the reason why is because people spotted stock footage from Spider-Man 3 in the trailer for the Life movie. But the thing is that companies that make trailers for movies reuse footage from other movies all the time. So it's just a coincidence that there's a Spider-Man 3 shot in this movie that's coming out really soon. But I do love the idea that Sony stealth made a Venom prequel and had Deadpool guest star in it. That would take some crazy contract work between Sony and Fox behind the scenes. You've probably seen at least one version of the character from the TV series, the animated series, even Spider-Man 3. We don't have to talk about Spider-Man 3. That was actually a character that was supposed to be the Vulture the first time around. I'll link the Spider-Man video where I explained the Vulture. There was a cool story about how they swapped a bunch of characters in for Sam Raimi's third Spider-Man film. One of them was supposed to be the Vulture, but they put Venom in instead. But the cool thing about the animated series is that Hank Azaria from The Simpsons, he does a billion voices on The Simpsons. He did Eddie Brock on that classic animated series.
That's it. Follow me. Come on. Blast! Where'd he go?
Crush you like a worm.
This is not the first time they tried to make a Venom film. Originally, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was meant to set up a Spider-Man cinematic universe at Sony. They were going to do Sinister Six. Venom was one of the other movies that they were getting ready to do.
Leave us.
You've made progress.
I've identified several worthy candidates. Now that Spider-Man's gone, the city will never be the same.
Oh, I'm counting on that.
Speaking of progress, you're looking better.
It comes and goes. Tell me more.
How many men did you have in mind?
I want to keep it small. Everything you need is already at Oscorp.
Access granted. Welcome, Mr. Fierce.
Who's our first volunteer?
Alexei Sitsevich, currently serving a life sentence. He is most eager to join us.
Good. Start with him.
But because of all the financial trouble they had that big hack that happened, they decided to make the deal with Marvel. Everything went great with Civil War. They have their main franchise going on, so all the other stuff just got pushed to the back burner. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to do all these other films too. So they're doing the animated film with Miles Morales. They'll still do a Sinister Six movie eventually, even though a lot of those characters will show up in the main films. They'll still be doing spin-off films in the way that Deadpool is a spin-off film from the X-Men franchise. So if you really like the idea of rated R Venom, something like there's a really hardcore Spider-Man film that doesn't have to be shackled to the tone of the MCU films, then thank Deadpool and Logan for that. Because if Deadpool didn't prove the model, then Logan just hammered home, oh, you can totally make a rated R comic book film. People will go see it. It will still make billions and billions of dollars. But you all probably know a version of the Venom origin story. So Symbiote gets found in outer space, mysteriously brought to Earth. It bonds with Spider-Man. He gets rid of it, and at a very low point in his life, Eddie Brock just happens to be nearby. The symbiote finds him in his perfect match. But not including that latest Bendis Guardians of the Galaxy story where they go to the planet that the symbiotes are from, there have been about 9 hosts to the Venom symbiote. Eddie Brock and Flash Thompson are just the biggest ones that people know about. Back during Secret Wars, Deadpool was host to the symbiote, but you guys can let me know, what is your favorite version of the character, and what do you want them to do with this Venom movie? I think whatever the story they go with, they'll have to tell a version of the origin story, so you'll have to incorporate some Spider-Man, but I think just to make it easier for themselves, they can just have him already be Venom when the movie picks up, and they can allude to Spider-Man stuff throughout the movie. I do think it'll be Eddie Brock, but that's mostly because Flash Thompson already exists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's who this character is right here. He's much younger. Very clearly, it looks like they do not intend to give him the symbiote anytime soon. He just meant to be a bully to Peter Parker at his school, so any Venom that they do will probably be the Eddie Brock version of the character. He can be an adult It'll be super hardcore, and because I was originally going to do an Infinity War Spider-Man video, I'll just push that by a couple days. There's new Star Wars. They've been talking about a Knights of Ren spin-off movie, so I know you guys love the idea of a dark side Force user movie. So there's all kinds of saga stuff that's happening. I'll post that later, and obviously there's a bunch of Iron Fist that just dropped, so be sure to check that out. I'll be posting Easter eggs for the next couple of days. While you wait for that, click here for new Guardians of the Galaxy footage, and click here for that other Spider-Man Homecoming video. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.